Most traders think trends and reversals are where the money is made. They're wrong. The easiest money is often made in the transitions between the two. Let me show you what I mean. Every trend goes through a cycle. Momentum starts strong. The market pushes aggressively in one direction, then something changes. The move begins slowing down, candles becomes smaller, price starts pulling back, and that's the moment where most traders get confused. Some traders look at the pullback and think the trend is over. Others assume the trend will continue forever. Both groups are guessing, and that's the problem. The market doesn't pay traders for guessing. It pays traders for waiting until the evidence is clear. Think about it. If a market is trending lower and suddenly starts pulling back, what does that actually mean? Does it mean buyers have taken control? Maybe. Does it mean sellers are finished? Not necessarily. Many times, it's just a temporary pause and a moment where the market catches its breath before continuing in the original direction. The challenge is knowing the difference. How do you separate a real reversal from a normal pullback? How do you avoid selling too early? How do you avoid buying into market that's still bearish? That's exactly what this strategy is designed to help with. Not by predicting the future, not by finding some magical indicator, but by identifying when momentum disappears and when momentum returns. We're gonna do that using two indicators and one simple price action confirmation. The first indicator is called the gradient trend filter by Chart Prime. Think of it as a visual map of trend condition. Instead of focusing on individual candles, it helps you see the bigger picture. The indicator creates a trend ribbon surrounded by gradient cloud. As market conditions change, the cloud changes color. When the market is falling, the cloud starts changing color. It suggests that bearish momentum is weakening. When the market is rising and cloud starts changing color, it suggests that bullish momentum is slowing down. The cloud also acts as a dynamic zone around price. And that's important because many pullback naturally develop around this area. Now here's where things get interesting. Most traders completely misuse this indicator, not because the indicator is bad, because they expect it to do something it was never designed to do. They see green and immediately buy. They see red and immediately sell. No confirmation, no structure, no patience, just reaction. And sometimes that works. That's exactly what makes mistakes so dangerous. For example, check out the cloud that turns green, you buy. Price moves higher, great. A little later, the cloud turns red, you sell. Price drops, another winner. Now your confidence grows. You start believing you're figured out. Then the cloud turns green again, you buy immediately, and within a few candles, you're stopped out. Same indicator, same chart, different result. Why? Because the cloud was changing conditions. It wasn't giving permission to enter a trade. That's a big difference. The indicator can tell you something is changing. It cannot tell you whether momentum is returning. It cannot tell you whether a pullback is finished. And it definitely cannot manage risk of your trade. That's why you need another layer of confirmation. Before moving forward, apply these settings to the gradient trend filter. Length 27, line width 3. Now let's add the second piece of the puzzle, the Donchian trend ribbon. This indicator calculates trend's direction using a user-defined length and displays momentum through colored columns. In simple terms, it helps answer a very important question. Is momentum actually supporting this move? Because trend and momentum are not always the same thing. A market can still technically be in an uptrend while momentum is fading. A market can still technically be in a downtrend while buyers are temporarily pushing price higher. That's why momentum confirmation matters. The Donchian trend ribbon helps us see that relationship. You can make it more sensitive by lowering the length and more stable by increasing it. For this strategy, we want confirmation from the longer trend, so set the length to 100. Now we have everything we need. The gradient trend filter helps identifying trend direction. The gradient trend filter also helps us identify pullback areas. The dodge and trend ribbon help us confirm momentum, and price action tells us when to enter. Let's go through a sell setup. Check out the market, which is already trending lower. Price is trading below the gradient trend filter. The ribbon is red. Everything is pointing toward a bearish environment. At this stage, many traders make a mistake. They start chasing the move. Price drops, they sell. Price drops again, they sell again. Eventually, they enter right, but the market pulls back. That's why patience matters. Instead of chasing price, we wait for the market to come to us. Eventually, price begins retracing toward the gradient trend filter ribbon. This is the pullback phase. Notice what's happening. The market is no longer moving aggressively lower. Momentum is slowing down. The trend hasn't necessarily changed. The market is simply correcting. This is where the inexperienced traders get trapped. Some traders start buying because they think a reversal has started. Others start selling too early because they're afraid of missing the next move. We do neither. We wait. The next step is identifying the most recent swing low that formed before the pullback began. This level becomes our decision point. As long as that swing low remains intact, the pullback is still active. The market has not proven that sellers are back in control. So again, we wait. Eventually, price closes below the swing low. Now we finally have evidence, not an opinion, not a prediction, evidence. The market has broken a structure. Sellers are showing a strength again. The low momentum phase appears to be ending. The higher momentum phase may be beginning. But before entering, we need one final confirmation. Look at the downtrend trend ribbon. The columns should also be red. This confirms that momentum agrees with the bearish structure break. Now all three pieces are aligned: trend, momentum, price action. That's when a sell setup becomes valid. Now let's talk about risk management, because even the best setup in the world can fail. Never risk more than 1% on a single trade. And every trade needs a stop loss, no exceptions. For this strategy, the stop loss can be placed above the gradient trend filter ribbon or above the recent swing high. If price reaches those areas, the trade idea is likely invalid. That's simply the cost of doing business. For profit targets, aim for at least 1.5 times your risk. If conditions allow, target 2 times risk. You do not need huge winners. You need consistency. Now let's briefly cover the buy setup. The logic is exactly the same in reverse. Price should be trading above the green gradient trend filter. Wait for pullback into the ribbon. Identify the most recent swing high. When a candle closes above the swing high and downtrend trend ribbon confirms with green columns, a buy setup is triggered. The stop loss goes below the ribbon or below the recent swing low. Profit target remains 1.5 times or 2 times risk. And that's really the beauty of this strategy. Every component has a specific job. Nothing overlaps. Nothing is random. The gradient trend filter identifies the trend and pullback zone. The swing break confirms momentum returning. The downtrend trend ribbon validates the move. Risk management predicts the account, and together they create a framework that focuses on the market transitions instead of predictions. And because at the end of the day, successful trading isn't about knowing what the market will do next. It's about waiting until the market gives enough evidence to justify a decision. And when you start thinking that way, you stop chasing colors, you stop chasing signals, and you start trading with a structure.